Hello from the UAE and Fastex's Harmony 6. My name is Jeff Wilser. I am thrilled to be joining with Pavel Aramyan, Web3 Program Lead of Fastex. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
There's so much going on in your world. The Fast token ecosystem is thriving. I feel like you have 187 projects kind of under your purview right now. Talk a bit about the developments of Fast token that you're most excited by.
Okay, so the most exciting thing since the launch of the blockchain, the Bahamut blockchain, as you know, FTN, Fast token, is the native coin of Bahamut. We have been working on the implementation of our in-house developed consensus, which we call proof of stake and activity, and it's a new concept in a sense that no other blockchain is using this consensus right now. And this is really the cornerstone of Bahamut. And for the better part of the last 2 years, we've been in testing. We have changed 3 test nets because 2 of them died in the process, but that's what test nets are for.
That's what it's for,
yeah.
right. It's not a mainnet.
Making sure that when we go to mainnet, everything is going to be clear and good. And the time has finally come. We're ready to deploy it. We'll be deploying it in like January next year, like sometime in January. It will be ready by the end of January. There is no exact date right now, but this is the timeline. And this time we're sure that we're not going to be shifting the timeline. It's very important.
What are the biggest tweaks and changes you had to make in the wake? To your point, it's normal. That's what iteration is all about. That's why we test, trial and error. What were the key learnings from the first test nets that didn't pan out to what you're focused on right now with this third that will launch in January?
Actually, all of the things that were going on were like technical, fully technical. There isn't much interesting explaining to do in that sense. But what proof of stake and activity is going to do, it's going to change the way that we approach blockchain rewards and validators approach blockchain rewards as a whole, right? We really believe that this is a good way, the correct way to move forward, because in a traditional sense, proof of stake and activity are very similar. We still count everything that's going on in the proof of stake system. The only thing that we changed, which might not seem big, it might seem small at first, but the activity.
Right. Yeah, talk about why that's so. It's a kind of sneakily profound difference, actually.
This refers to the basically activity of the business or the individual.
So what's an example, kind of a concrete example of what activity could be?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have anything that's working on the blockchain, any smart contract, right? It can be a token, can be an NFT collection, can be an NFT marketplace, decentralized exchange, staking platform, whatever, right? Whenever we do any interactions on smart contract-based applications, users spend gas, right? Because that's the way the system works, right? And every time, if you're a validator on Bahamut and you have your smart contract application, every time anybody uses it, like let's say it sends tokens from wallet A to wallet B, mints an NFT, does a trade in a decentralized exchange, depending on whatever product you're doing or business you're doing, right? You as the validator accumulate activity, right? And the activity is the gas, basically, that is being spent by the users who do these transactions. So essentially, the more gas is spent, the more activity you get. Usually, gas is being spent not that much, right? Because it doesn't really, there are some actions that require a lot of gas, but usually it's a small amount. And you could say that the more users you have, like the better business you're doing, the more users you have, the more activity you're going to generate, right?
Interesting.
And this activity gives you a higher chance to be selected as a block producer in the future, like in the near future. So in numbers, if standard stakers, like with proof of stake on Bahamut, have around 7-ish% annual return on their stake, right? Because of the validation, it happens naturally.
Pretty high return, sir.
Yeah, it is. But, it's dependent on a few factors, just like in Ethereum. So basically, there's that. The people who are validators and also have activity on their side can increase this. Like it can go up to 10.
So 5 and 7 is low in this world.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it can go up to 20, 25, 30. And the more you acquire the user base, the more you get rewarded in a very decentralized way, right from the blockchain itself.
It's so interesting.
This is the key philosophy that we want to implement. Like you're doing your business, right, on the chain that you have chosen. In this case, it's Bahamut. And the chain is happy that you're doing the business, right? And the chain wants to reward you for the good work because users, let's say like this, if they want to spend gas, right, on your platform, means probably that you did something right. Right? Because you made something that they're willing to use, willing to spend the time, willing to put in the transactions. And this means that, if users are happy to use it, the blockchain is happy to reward you. And then you get happy because the blockchain rewards you. Then you do more good business, right? You try to increase this. And then the users get happier, and then the chain, it's like a virtuous cycle.
Pavel, thank you so much for explaining it so clearly. I can really appreciate the elegance of this system in that it truly rewards engagement.
Yes.
Right? And the more you engage, the more gas you get effectively. The more you get, the more you can engage, the more activity. It almost assures the system is full of thriving people doing real things and not just bots in dead accounts. And is that one reason why there is such growth in the Fastex ecosystem of actual humans building and doing things?
Yes, exactly. And this, if we scale it up, we can, it's a very small portion, what I said. If we scale it up, we can even project this to the real world, right? If we imagine, let's imagine the world is as a large cloud of internet, right? Which company has the most share in it, in your opinion? Which companies?
Which companies have it? Amazon, Apple.
Yes, exactly.
Facebook, the usual
right?
suspects.
The big guys,
Right.
Yeah, the big guys. So if we imagine that it's like one system, let's say that Google has probably, 70 or maybe 60% of the total world activity in the internet, right?
Right.
Why? Because Google has the products that people use, right? Businesses use, everybody uses them, right?
Right.
But why? They use them because A, they made something which is worth using, B, multiple reasons, right?
Sure.
But don't you agree that if they provide the most, the 60%, shouldn't they be also rewarded accordingly? I mean, let's forget the corporate stuff.
Google's doing pretty well.
I know. They're doing it pretty well. But if we don't look at it as a business, you do something, you get rewarded for that.
Yes.
You do a lot of things, you get rewarded a lot. And it makes sense that you get more than somebody else who does less.
1000%.
Right? This is the core idea that we
love it. And to your point, people are actively building on it. DeFi projects are actively being launched. What are some of the DeFi projects that have launched that you're most excited about, that can really inspire you?
DeFi is always interesting.
Sure.
So we have a lot of products already. There is a liquid staking platform which is called Lolik, which works in a way where you can make a stake in FTN, and then you'll basically become a validator without doing the technical aspects. There is a lending platform that allows you to borrow stable coins. It's called Mutuari. There are decentralized exchanges. There is NFT marketplaces. So basically the infrastructure that is kind of required for a blockchain to be considered stable, right? So that people can come and actually do stuff, right? You can come and choose whatever you want to do, or you can build your own, right? In that sense, we're getting that covered. Once the proof of stake activity launches, we plan to do at least 2 hackathons. We're waiting for this. We've never done a hackathon before because it didn't really make sense.
Okay.
Because there was nothing to, show.
Right.
And this right now we have the consensus coming in, and we want to show how it works. Not just tell people that this is going to happen in the future, but we just wanted to make it happen.
Also, you guys always crush live events, so I am confident your hackathons will be elite.
Yes, we're planning on that as well.
Pavel, last question for you. You mentioned January, mainnet, very exciting. You mentioned a million other things that you're doing. I'm going to be greedy and ask one last question about this. What's for 2025 beyond mainnet? What else can you tease us about what's happening with the Fast Token ecosystem and other initiatives you have coming down the pipeline?
Well, there's a lot I could tease. I don't know if I should do that. There is going to be a lot of development in Yo Cerebrum and also the Ortag platform. There is going to be new ways to, how do I say this correctly? There's going to be new exciting ways to make profit by not really trying to make profit, right?
Oh, count me in. I'm intrigued.
So this is going to be an interesting year. Let's say this.
It's a great cryptic teaser for us. Love it. Pavel, thanks so much for explaining so clearly. Congrats on all you built. Best of luck going forward. Enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.